Children Under the House. Is this film the most minimalist, low-budget horror film of all time? I recently made a bold observation. Children Under the House might be the most minimalist horror film ever made, and possibly the lowest budget feature in cinematic history. But I'm not claiming this is fact. Not yet. I'm searching for evidence, expert opinion, and audience insight to see if this claim holds true. I've reached out to critics, YouTubers, and viewers. In addition, I tried to compete this film in the Guinness Book of World Records in its category for lowest budgeted film. It was rejected because they were re-evaluating the category. I was prepared to drop the claim altogether, but it was recently picked up for distribution and is now streaming on Tubi. This news made it feel like now is the right time to explore this claim more seriously. What is minimalism in film? Minimalism can be understood in three ways. Visual minimalism, removing traditional cinematic elements such as actors, sets, and animation. Then there's narrative minimalism, telling a story using only essential suggestion and symbolism. Then production minimalism, making the film with negligible cost and the simplest materials. Film scholars often define minimalist cinema by visual reduction and narrative economy. Children Under the House meets all three. It uses only children's drawings and audio recordings. The story unfolds through the voice of a doctor, whose narration functions as one half of a dialogue, with the drawings themselves acting as the reply. This creates an eerie, interpretive conversation between sound and image. Music tracks thread through the film, providing emotional continuity and guiding the viewer's experience. So what did the production and budget look like for Children Under the House? No actors appear on screen. The only talent I had was Mary Catalinato, who used her voice to be Dr. Lou. The locations were none, sets and props, only paper and pencils, animation none, equipment standard personal tools, film stock none, post-production was editing software that anyone can get for free online. Even among experimental cinema, this level of production minimalism is extremely rare. The historical context, we can look at movies like Pickpocket by Bresson. They had less than 10 people, 5 or 6 locations, little dialogue, moderate budget. Genet Gilman by Ackerman, 1 cast, 1 location, very low dialogue. Empire by Warhol, no cast, 1 location, no dialogue. Budget was moderate due to the film stock. Primer was made for a budget of $7,000. Clerks was made for $27,000. You look at Children Under the House, cast 0, location 0, high dialogue, and a budget of nothing. Even Empire, often cited as the ultimate minimalist film, required film stock. Children Under the House tells a complete story at virtually no cost. But is Children Under the House really a film? While Children Under the House relies on still drawings, it clearly qualifies as cinema through motion, sequencing, and diegetic context. The film uses subtle movements such as camera pans and zooms over the drawings, echoing the visual language of documentary filmmaking. This approach has historical precedent in works like Chris Marker's La Jetée, 1962, which used still photography to tell a full story, and in the Ken Burns style documentary technique that transforms static images into cinematic experience. The story's internal logic further supports this classification. Within the narrative, the images were assembled on VHS by Dr. Lou for another doctor to view later, creating an in-universe reason for the film's existence. This diegetic framing defines it as a found footage film, one meant to be watched, not simply displayed. In addition, the film intentionally adopts the aesthetic of amateur 1990s A/B tape deck editing, complete with abrupt cuts and imperfect transitions. This isn't a flaw, but a choice, reinforcing authenticity, grounding the film in the analog era, and enhancing its unsettling realism. By organizing time and space through editing, pacing, and sound, Children Under the House uses what film theorist Andre Bazin described as true grammar of cinema, the manipulation of reality through rhythm and montage. The film thus satisfies cinematic criteria both narratively and formatively. The film functions as a unique offshoot of found footage. Presented as a discovered tape of children's drawings, it creates an intimate first-person perspective. Unlike traditional found footage films like the Blair Witch Project, the film strips away all conventional elements, yet still delivers a complete narrative. Children Under the House places the viewer in the role of discovering something they shouldn't have. Every drawing and sound makes the audience complicit in uncovering the story, proving minimalism can heighten tension and emotional impact. The film is experimental. It breaks cinematic rules and eliminates actors, sets, and dialogue, but remains accessible to a broad audience. The story is clear through drawings and audio, and viewers from multiple countries have connected emotionally. Extreme minimalism can still engage, move, and entertain audiences. From my perspective, the audience feedback has been amazing. People from multiple countries have watched and reacted to the film on YouTube. The original YouTube video has 525,000 views. The upgraded version has 23,000 views. Immortal Marcus's reaction has 1.6 million views. 8-Bit Brian's reaction has 712,000 views. Sagan Hawks' critical breakdown has 500,000 views. It has positive Letterboxd and IMDb scores. 78% of a 1,600 person poll said they would purchase a graphic novel version of this story. 700 people have purchased the collected pictures on Amazon. Viewers consistently praise its creativity, emotional impact, and intelligence, which I am very appreciative of. I don't want to take all the space in this conversation because I'm obviously biased. I realize this film might not be for everyone. It wasn't made to be. But it is a film that I feel is worth discussing. Minimalist films are often overlooked. If you know of any films that eliminate all production elements while telling a full story, or have insights on minimalist cinema, I'd love to hear them. Your feedback will help make this claim as accurate and credible as possible. Children in the House eliminates actors, locations, animation, and production costs entirely, yet tells a complete story. Minimalism is about reduction and intention. Every line and sound matters. Through research comparisons and international audience feedback, this film may represent the extreme of minimalist low-budget horror filmmaking. Children Under the House hopefully proves that even within total simplicity, emotion and meaning can thrive. We all know films love money, but maybe Children Under the House proves that you don't need money to make your movie. I'm seeking evidence, discussion, and expert insight to see if this claim holds true. But this is only a start. For the claim to truly hold weight, it needs to be tested, debated, and refined by others. I need other critics, scholars, and filmmakers to engage with this position, to challenge it, expand it, or confirm it. Only through that dialogue can we determine if Children Under the House genuinely stands as the most minimalist horror film ever made.